Peace. It's touch this one. Title of the video gonna be is everybody that's black is not black in North America. Okay. Now, if you listen to my recent videos or some of my videos, like you see, I basically only mention African Americans. African Americans are the ones who was considered the slaves, the people who was already here. And some of these brothers was Jamaicans too, as well as some other Caribbeans that was also in the Americas with African Americans. So you do have a large population of like Jamaicans who was already here, some Haitians. So a lot of them experienced a lot of shit with African Americans that was in North America. Okay, I'm only speaking for North America. I'm not speaking around the world. So let me clarify that before some of you geniuses that be looking at these videos be comments saying that, I'm talking about only in North America. Okay, I'm saying is ain't everybody that's black. So that means when I'm saying everybody that's black is everybody with melanated skin. Okay, everybody with melanated skin. Okay, it's a fact. Everybody black in America with melanated skin is black, but everybody black in melanated skin don't have the same ideas or cultures in this country. So now, like I said, you ask a lot of these people who migrate to this country, whether they black, well, only the black ones. We only talk about the black ones. You ask them, do they have a problem with this country? Some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them will be like, yeah. But a lot of them will say no because they are happy to be here. And these are the people who delivered them from whatever their oppression that they left from. Because for you to leave home means that you had problems at home or things wasn't going good at home. So if you are what we call a black who migrated to America willingly, one of the numerous islands of the Caribbeans, Jamaica, some of the South America, Africa, some of the islands, the what's the other islands out there? I forget, like the Fiji. There's black people all over the world. But what I'm saying is, if you come here and you can be classified or you look like an African American, then 9 times out of 10, you want to try not to be treated like an African American. And what I'm trying to let y'all know is this: everybody who come here don't have the same views. A lot of people don't understand like what the African American struggle is in North America. So a lot of people come here and they wonder why we ain't doing better and why we ain't got more, because we haven't really had the opportunity to be free like a lot of these other people in this country. A lot of other people in this country, they got freedom that they don't give black people. Now a lot of people saying, well, yes you can have the same freedom. They ain't gonna let large majority of us come together and practice the same thing. You see what happened Black Wall Street, even though Black Wall Street was rebuilt and and at that point in time they started integrating and yeah, okay, I get it. But what I'm saying is it still don't mean nothing to the point that why now we are still being oppressed at this point in time. And like, and the oppression is kind of like, this cracker pick and choose when he want to oppress or what he want to oppress certain people in. You already got certain people who so stagnated to where they're never going to advance. Like we got a lot of black people who live in the ghettos who don't care about education, don't care about being a homeowner or business owner, or even getting out of where they from. They content and they happy. You know what I'm saying? And nothing wrong with that. But you got other black people who want to get educated and want to rebuild their community or try to go back and open up businesses and open and support black businesses in their community. But like I said, everybody black is not black because you got a lot of these black people, like I said, from these other countries, right? Now, listen, no disrespect to anyone. I love all my black people who come here as long as you can at least try to, like, surround yourself or at least try to, like, you know what I'm saying? study African Americans and learn about what happened to us over here. You know, because we have a different story in this country than you do. You come from your country, and they allow you to come here. You know, I know it's kind of a little difficult going to school, but you still make it because you still got that opportunity. And just to have that opportunity mean you're going to do it, no matter what type of formalities you have to go through or what difficulties you're going to try to carry out because you came here for that. So you have a lot of blacks who've been educated, who've been creating shit, who made all these inventions that people come to this country and they use. You understand? So why the same people who a lot of these people look down at? A lot of them tend to look down at the blacks that's kind of ghetto, the ones that's not doing well. And a lot of people, and that's the majority of the blacks that's really like be discriminated against, the real ghetto ones, the ones that have an education and know how to conduct themselves without being ghetto. They don't get treated like that. And that's the difference. And they might experience racist, because I'm not saying that people ultimately is more racist towards ghetto black people than they are of black people with education and doing well off, because they can't pull that off on them. But like I said, you got some ghetto black people who's rich, who happen to get rich or whatever because of their fame and I guess their lifestyle, whatever, though, that don't have a good education, but they ultimately respect them too. They respect any black man who's successfully financially, you understand, and who successfully edu- educationally as well. Okay, so most of the Negroes that the immigrant blacks don't like when they come here are the ghetto blacks. You understand, the ones who might have been stuck in and when we say ghetto blacks, they got different stereotypes. It might have been some blacks that live in a community that might have just got ghetto. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these people been living here for hundreds and hundreds of years in these houses or whatever, and they don't want to give up their houses. You got them type of situations, and you got people who just moved in from other neighborhoods who might live in the projects. Now they living in there and they come with the niggerism. So you got different black people who live in the ghetto. Everybody black in the ghetto is not one of them ghetto ignorant type of people. But you do have them people who exist there. So now when a lot of immigrants come to this country, they look at black people like, yo, why are y'all not like advancing, or why you're not like, listen, I get it. I understand. You have blacks who are educated and are prospering and moving forward. But like I said, the ones you see stuck in the ghettos and the ones you see that's be acting out and acting all like dysfunctional, them are the ones who had issues. Them are the ones that drugs and the system directly affected. You understand what I'm saying? Because there are casualties of the system of the war against black people. And the casualties of the war against this system are these lesbians that you see, these homosexuals that you see, a lot of people that's in jail. I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people who are in jail, a lot of these single mothers, and any other problem that you can see that comes from, maybe pain. Like a lot of us got pain. A lot of us don't know how to like talk to people and get proper help for that pain. I'm not talking about medication, but therapy. Therapy is being able to explain and having somebody understand you or whatever. A lot of people need therapy. So like I said, a lot of people when they come here, they look at black people, African Americans, like, yo, y'all don't want to do nothing. But that's not all African Americans. That's only some of the ones who you see living in these urban communities and living together. And then you still got some of them who went to school and they just stay there just because the rent is low. You understand? But ultimately, I see a lot of Africans come here. And they come here and they think because they can move up in the system, because they come here to be doctors and to be all this stuff or whatever. Like, that's cool. I don't have a problem with no one becoming a doctor, but like a doctor don't heal nothing. Doctor don't cure nothing. Except a herbal doctor, or a doctor can heal a broken leg or a puncture wound, but they can't even heal no illnesses or no diseases or no viruses. They got to give you stuff that it creates these antibodies to take your attention off of the virus, so you can get some time to not feel the pain or not feel sick for a minute. But nonetheless, though, you know, a lot of people come here to become doctors, though. But you know, a lot of these people that come here, they're not like they are educated by the white man, but they are not street smart educated. So there's different levels to being educated. The best person like to really talk to in this country when when an immigrant comes to this country, every immigrant, every black or every black that migrate to this country, whether like I said from Africa or from these numerous islands, they need to find an African American friend. Because if I go to any of your countries, I'm gonna have. If I go to Nigeria, I'm gonna have a Nigerian help me. I ain't gonna go to Nigeria looking for African Americans to help me. If it is something there, it'll help me out. It would definitely help me out or whatever though. But I need a Nigerian so he can tell me the land mass. He know the land a lot better because he's from the land. And that's the same thing, you know, us as African, well, really, you know, we indigenous Americans or Aboriginal Americans, but I use African Americans to let people know who I'm talking about because everyone don't know that term Aborigine or indigenous. Okay, so yeah, you know, a lot of blacks that come here, they don't equate themselves with your situation. When we facing these oppressions and these police killings and the police run that all this stuff that we fighting that we're trying to get like you know what I'm saying we're trying to get some type of remedy for, none of these other people come out to help us. Now I could be wrong, but I never see them. You understand? I never see them. I see in my neighborhood, I see a lot of African American communities, and I'm starting to see like Africans moving there, and they moving in like the nicest houses in the neighborhood, and I just be looking like, damn, like yo, how you and but understand though, some of these neighborhoods is very bad, and they move into them, but I'm starting to see that that's another way of how they trying to genderify certain parts of Jersey and certain parts of like you know some of these ghetto communities starting to put different people in there, you know what I'm saying, and move the other people out or whatever though. But yeah, like I said, a lot of black people that's from other countries, they don't come here to align themselves with the African American struggle. They came here for a job and an education. Now, some of them might have some empathy because they see the injustice and they know because they've been through injustice in their homeland. But that still doesn't mean that they're going to be obligated to fight along with you and have the same opinion about these Europeans because a lot of them preach like conformality. They want you to be submissive to this European because that's what they are. They submissive to them. Submissive is wanting to be educated by him. By you can't like you come over here, you have to go to his school and get a PhD or whatever or a master's degree, and that make you successful. Like yeah, listen, a degree is wonderful. You understand what I'm saying? But that ain't the end all be all because you remember who you being educated by. You've been educated by liars. Straight up, you've been educated by people who lie and people who steal traditions and put themselves in places where they was never at. And I'm talking about the European. You understand? And no disrespect to anyone, but it is what it is. We have to put that out there. I mean, if you can't get past the fact that people have done wrong and people have, then you don't need to be on this channel listening because it ain't. Listen, everybody not perfect, but everybody then did wrong to people. But nonetheless, back on the topic. So you got a lot of other black people who come here just to make it. Like they're not here to yell Black Lives Matter. They're not here to help you. They only want to help you when it benefits them. That's the only time. That's why you have to talk to people and see how they feel before we start putting these stigma to or we start saying everybody's black. Because we have the what we normally do is we say everybody's black. If a person melanated, we say that person black or whatever. But that person's had the same cultures, nor the same history in this country, okay? Now, if you go to their country, it's totally different. But as far as in North America, when these people come here, these people use your identity to get where they going to go, but they don't care about your culture. You understand? They use your culture, take your culture, but they don't care about your culture. So there's a difference. There's a difference in what I'm saying. If you care about people, culture, and their identity, then you care about them. But you got people who just, okay, all right, I could be African American when it fits me, but then when it don't fit me, I'm not an African American. A lot of these other people who come in, they give people a hard time. Like a lot of these black cab drivers, yo, they be yelling at people. Yo, they be disrespecting people. They'll pull over in the middle of the road. Some of them will do that, and some of them is okay. Some I met cab drivers that have given me rides or whatever without me having no money or whatever till I get to my house. So it go both ways. I'm not saying I know that there's always the double or two polarities to everything. There's a good and a bad. So I'm not saying everybody's bad that come from every country, but a lot of people be misinformed about African Americans. You understand what I'm saying? If you knew history, you can talk to us and we can understand you better. But they don't teach y'all the proper history to where we can come together. They teach y'all to hate us. You understand? So listen, I'm gonna make a second part to this, but this is my first part that everyone that's black is not black in North America. Okay? Peace.